In the grim darkness of the far future, a thunderous war cry echoes across countless battlefields. Wah! This primal roar belongs to one of the most fearsome and unpredictable races in the Warhammer 40,000 universe, the Orks. Green-skinned, muscle-bound, and driven by an insatiable lust for combat, these Xenos embody chaos and destruction on an unimaginable scale. Orks stand as a testament to the brutal nature of the 41st millennium. Their very existence challenges the orderly ambitions of humanity and other sentient species. With crude weapons and improbable machines, they wage war across the galaxy, leaving devastation in their wake. What drives these belligerent beings? How did they come to be such a dominant force in the cosmos? The answers lie in a fascinating blend of biology, psychology, and sheer inexplicable cosmic accident. From Pharaoh World to Hive City, from barren asteroid to lush paradise, no corner of the galaxy is safe from the Ork menace. Their spores infest countless planets, lying dormant until conditions are right for a new Ork society to burst forth. This reproductive method makes them nigh impossible to fully eradicate, a fact that has driven many an Imperial commander to despair. Yet, for all their brutality, Orks possess a strange allure. Their simple joy in combat, their incredible resilience, and their bizarrely functional technology have captivated fans of the Warhammer 40k universe for decades. In this video, we'll delve deep into the world of the Orks, exploring their origins, culture, beliefs, and the devastating impact they've had on galactic history. Imagine a species that thrives on conflict, where the concept of peace is not just foreign, but utterly incomprehensible. This is the reality of the Orks. Their society, if it can be called that, is a perpetual state of warfare. Every aspect of their existence revolves around fighting, from their crude but effective technology to their bizarre physical makeup. Orks are not just warriors, they're a force of nature. Their biology defies conventional understanding. These greenskins are part fungus, capable of surviving the most extreme conditions. Radiation, vacuum, even dismemberment. An Ork can endure it all and come back for more. This resilience makes them the ultimate survival machines, spreading across the stars like a virulent plague. But don't mistake their simplicity for stupidity. Orks possess a cunning that has confounded the brightest minds of the Imperium. Their technology, while appearing ramshackle and nonsensical, functions with a reliability that borders on the miraculous. Impossibly cobbled-together vehicles roar across battlefields, guns that should jam with every shot keep firing, and makeshift spaceships somehow traverse the perilous warp. At the heart of Ork culture lies a paradox. They are simultaneously the most destructive force in the galaxy and the most free-spirited. Unbound by the oppressive dogmas that shackle other races, Orks live for the moment, finding joy in the simplest pleasures. Mainly fighting, but also speed, noise, and spectacle. Their impact on the galaxy cannot be overstated. Entire sectors have fallen to the green tide, prosperous worlds reduced to war-torn wastelands. The Imperium of Man, for all its might, finds itself in a constant struggle against these seemingly endless hordes. Even the insidious Tyranids and the ancient Necrons have faced the fury of Orks. As we journey through this video, we'll uncover the secrets of the Ork psyche. We'll explore the mysterious power of their weird boys, psychers who channel the collective energy of their kind into devastating attacks. We'll delve into the hierarchy of Ork society, from the lowliest Gretchen to the mightiest war bosses. We'll also examine the Orks' place in the grand tapestry of the 41st millennium. How do they interact with other races? What role do they play in the great conflicts that shape the fate of the galaxy? And perhaps most intriguingly, could the Orks be the ultimate winners in the grim, dark future? Prepare yourself for a journey into the heart of Orkish society. We'll unravel the mysteries of their strange physiology, examine the peculiar workings of their minds, and witness the awesome spectacle of an Ork Wag in full swing. By the end, you'll understand why these green-skinned marauders are both feared and respected throughout the Imperium of Man and beyond. So buckle up, keep your chopper close, and remember, in the world of the Orks, there's always more Daka to be had. Get ready to dive headfirst into the wild, violent, and strangely compelling universe of Warhammer 40k's most boisterous inhabitants. This is the story of the Orks, and it's going to be one hell of a ride. Within the vast, conflict-ridden expanse of the Warhammer 40,000 universe, Orks occupy a unique and pivotal role. Their presence shapes the very fabric of galactic warfare, influencing strategies and policies across countless star systems. To truly grasp the significance of these green-skinned marauders, one must first understand the delicate balance of power in the 41st millennium. Humanity's Imperium, stretched thin across the stars, faces threats from all sides. Chaos lurks in the shadows, ready to corrupt and destroy. Tyrannid hive fleets devour entire worlds. Ancient Necrons awaken from their tombs. Amidst this cosmic chessboard of faction warfare, Orks stand as the ultimate wild card. Unpredictable and ever-present, these Xenos embody the concept of perpetual war. Their very existence challenges the established order, disrupting carefully laid plans and forcing adaptation on a galactic scale. Imperial tacticians must always account for the possibility of an Ork Wag erupting in their sectors, potentially derailing years of strategic positioning. Fascinatingly, Orks serve as both a unifying and divisive force in the galaxy. Their constant threat often drives disparate factions into temporary alliances. Bitter enemies might find themselves fighting side by side against a surging green tide. Yet, in the aftermath of such conflicts, the devastation wrought by Ork invasions frequently leaves power vacuums, sparking new wars over the remains of once prosperous worlds. The Ork menace extends beyond mere military concerns. Their spore-based reproduction method poses an ecological nightmare for inhabited planets. A single Ork warrior, if left unchecked, can potentially give rise to an entire ecosystem of Orkoid life. This biological imperative drives Imperial policy towards extreme measures, often necessitating the exterminatus of worlds tainted by significant Ork presence. Economically, the constant threat of Ork raids shapes interstellar trade and resource allocation. Frontier worlds must divert precious resources to defense, hampering development and expansion. Paradoxically, this very conflict drives technological innovation, as the Imperium and other factions race to develop more effective ways to combat the Green Menace. Culturally, Orks have left an indelible mark on the psyche of the galaxy's inhabitants. Tales of their ferocity are used to frighten children and inspire soldiers. Their crude language and boisterous behavior have even influenced certain subcultures within the Imperium, much to the chagrin of puritanical elements. From a meta-narrative perspective, Orks provide a crucial element to the Warhammer 40k setting. Their presence injects a dose of dark humor into an otherwise grimly serious universe. The absurdity of their technology and the simplicity of their motivations offer a stark contrast to the complex political machinations of other factions. This juxtaposition serves to highlight the futility and madness of eternal war that lies at the heart of the 40k experience. Militarily, Orks force innovation in tactics and weaponry. Their sheer resilience and numbers require opponents to develop strategies beyond conventional warfare. The infamous Armageddon campaigns stand as a testament to the adaptability required to face sustained Ork invasions. These conflicts have become legendary, studied in war colleges across the Imperium. Philosophically, the existence of Orks raises profound questions about the nature of sentience and purpose in the universe. Created as a warrior race by the mysterious Old Ones, Orks seem to fulfill their intended function with unparalleled efficiency. This raises uncomfortable parallels with humanity's own warmongering tendencies, leading some radical thinkers to ponder whether mankind itself is trapped in a similar cycle of engineered conflict. In the grand narrative of Warhammer 40,000, Orks serve as a constant reminder of the universe's inherent brutality. Their simple joy in combat and destruction embodies the setting's themes of endless war and the struggle for survival. Unlike other antagonists with complex motivations or hidden agendas, Orks represent a pure, almost primal force of conflict. Technologically, the inexplicable functionality of Ork innovations continues to baffle the Adeptus Mechanicus. The notion that belief can influence reality, as seemingly demonstrated by Ork technology, challenges fundamental understanding of physics and the warp. This phenomenon has led to secret studies and experiments, some bordering on tech heresy. Astrographically, Ork empires rise and fall across the galaxy, creating dynamic shifts in territorial control. The Beast Arises series of events showed how quickly Ork dominion could threaten even Holy Terra itself, underlining their potential to upset the balance of power on a galactic scale. Ultimately, Orks stand as a testament to the grim darkness of the far future. Their eternal war brings into sharp focus the never-ending conflicts that define the Warhammer 40,000 universe. In a setting where there is only war, Orks are perhaps the most honest embodiment of this cruel reality. Deep within the misty depths of galactic history lies the origin of the Orks. Their emergence on the cosmic stage predates even the dawn of humanity, shrouded in myth and legend. Ancient tales speak of a race known as the Old Ones, whose technological and psychic abilities bordered on the divine. Faced with the threat from the ruthless Shaitan and their Necrontire servants, these enigmatic beings resorted to creating new life forms as weapons in their cosmic war. Among these creations were the Krork, precursors to the modern Orks. Conceived as a tireless fighting force, the Krork embodied the perfect balance between physical might, rapid reproduction, and psychic potential. Their genetic structure, combining animal and fungal elements, ensured incredible resilience and adaptability. The War in Heaven, a titanic conflict between the Old Ones and the Catan, shook the galaxy to its foundations. In this apocalyptic scenario, the Krork proved themselves an unstoppable force, overwhelming enemies through sheer numbers and relentless aggression. However, an unpredictable twist of fate altered the course of history. The fall of the Old Ones left their creations uncontrolled. Bereft of their creator's guidance, the Krork swiftly degenerated. Their society collapsed, gradually transforming into the primitive tribal structures that became the foundation for modern Orkish culture. Over countless millennia, Orks spread across the galaxy, unconsciously following their genetic imperative to wage war. Their unique biology allowed them to adapt to the harshest conditions, from suffocating jungles to airless space asteroids. Humanity's first contacts with the Orks were catastrophic. Colonial expeditions encountered wild hordes of green-skinned barbarians whose sole desire seemed to be endless war. These clashes shaped early imperial policy towards Xenos, laying the groundwork for the Imperium's future xenophobia. The fall of human civilization during the Long Night created ideal conditions for Orkish empires to flourish. Numerous worlds, stripped of protection, became easy prey for the warlike greenskins. Some of the largest Warks in history arose during this chaotic period, threatening to engulf entire sectors of the galaxy. The era of the Great Crusade brought new challenges for the Orks. Countless Orkish empires were shattered against the iron fist of resurgent humanity. Yet even in defeat, Orks thrived, scattering their spores across thousands of new worlds. The infamous War of the Beast in the 32nd millennium demonstrated the true potential of Orks as a galactic threat. Led by an incredibly powerful war boss known simply as the Beast, Orks nearly destroyed the Imperium, reaching even Holy Terra. This event was forever etched into humanity's collective memory as a reminder of the relentless green menace. Throughout subsequent millennia, Orks remained a constant source of conflict. Their Wargs erupted with unpredictable regularity, forcing the Imperium and other factions to remain perpetually vigilant. Legendary conflicts, such as the Wars for Armageddon, only underscored the Orks' incredible resilience and fighting spirit. In the psychic spectrum, Orks have also left their mark. Their collective psychic presence in the warp, known as the Wa, creates a unique phenomenon that affects reality around them. This mysterious force remains a subject of intense study and speculation among Imperial scholars. As time progressed, Orks evolved, creating various subspecies adapted to different roles in their society. From cunning commandos to insane mech boys, each subspecies adds its unique element to the complex ecosystem of Orkish culture. Ork technology, a paradoxical blend of crude construction and inexplicable functionality, has baffled the Adeptus Mechanicus for millennia. Their ability to cobble together working machinery from scrap defies conventional understanding, leading some to theorize about a psychic component to their technological prowess. The Orks' impact on galactic flora and fauna cannot be overstated. Wherever they go, they bring their entire ecosystem with them. Squigs, snotlings, and various orkoid fungi transform conquered worlds into twisted parodies of their original environments. Politically, Ork society operates on a might-makes-right principle. The strongest Ork, usually the largest and most aggressive, becomes the war boss, leading their clan or wawach. Constant infighting ensures that only the toughest Orks rise to positions of power, inadvertently preparing them for larger conflicts against other races. Today, in the 41st millennium, Orks remain a force to be reckoned with by every faction in the galaxy. Their unquenchable thirst for war and ability to survive in the harshest conditions make them a constant threat to the established order. And while they may seem like simple barbarians, the history of the Orks is as ancient and complex as the galaxy itself. Throughout the tumultuous history of the Warhammer 40,000 universe, Orks have played pivotal roles in shaping galactic events. Their impact reverberates across millennia, leaving an indelible mark on countless worlds. Primordial origins of the Orks trace back to the War in Heaven, a conflict of unimaginable scale. During this cosmic struggle, the Old Ones unleashed their creations, the Krork, against the Catan and their Necrontyr servants. Battlefields across the stars witnessed the Krork's ferocity, their green tide overwhelming even the most advanced adversaries. Following the Old Ones' mysterious disappearance, Krork society rapidly devolved. This transformative period saw the emergence of the modern Orks, their culture shifting towards the tribal warlike structure we recognize today. Scattered across the galaxy, these early Orks began their eternal crusade of violence and conquest. Humanity's first encounters with Orks occurred during the Dark Age of technology. Initial contacts proved catastrophic for human colonies, unprepared for the green Xenos' savagery. These brutal clashes sowed the seeds of humanity's deep-seated xenophobia, a defining characteristic of the future Imperium. Amidst the turmoil of Old Night, when warp storms isolated human worlds, Ork empires flourished. Countless planets fell to rampaging Waaghs, their populations enslaved or annihilated. This dark era saw the rise of legendary Ork warlords, their names still whispered in fear across the stars. The Emperor's Great Crusade brought a reckoning for many Ork empires. Legions of space marines, led by the Primarchs, shattered Ork strongholds across the galaxy. Notably, Vulcan of the Salamanders and Jagatai Khan of the White Scars earned renown for their skill in combating the Green Menace. Despite heavy losses, Ork spores ensured their species' survival, setting the stage for future resurgences. Perhaps the most cataclysmic Ork uprising occurred in M32, the War of the Beast. Led by the prime Ork known as the Beast, this massive Waagh nearly brought the Imperium to its knees. Imperial forces found themselves outmatched by the Beast's technological advancements, including gravity weapons and sophisticated attack moons. The conflict reached its zenith when Orks besieged Holy Terra itself, a shocking blow to Imperial morale. Only through great sacrifice and the efforts of the Imperial Fist's successor, Chapters was the Beast finally defeated. In the aftermath of the Beast's fall, the Imperium implemented the Great Purge. This centuries-long campaign aimed to exterminate orcs from Imperial space. While initially successful in culling orc populations, it ultimately failed to eradicate the Xenos threat completely. The 41st millennium has seen numerous significant orc conflicts. Among these, the wars for Armageddon stand out for their scale and ferocity. The First War saw the invasion of warlord Ghazghkull Thraka, whose tactical acumen caught Imperial forces off guard. Though eventually repelled, Ghazghkull's Wach inflicted severe damage on the strategically vital Hive world. Ghazghkull's return marked the Second War for Armageddon, a grueling conflict lasting 2 years. Imperial forces, led by the indomitable Commissar Yarrick, fought tooth and nail against the Orc hordes. This war cemented Ghazghkull's status as one of the greatest Orc warlords in history, while Yarrick became a living legend among Imperial forces. The Third War for Armageddon erupted as part of Abaddon the Despoiler's 13th Black Crusade. This multifaceted conflict saw Orcs fighting not only Imperial forces, but also Chaos invaders and Tyranid splinter fleets. The planet remains a battleground, its fate hanging in the balance. Beyond Armageddon, other notable Orc invasions have left their mark on Imperial history. The Siege of Hadrake Tor witnessed an entire planet lifted from its orbit by colossal Orc gravity weapons, a chilling reminder of the technological feats Orcs can achieve when sufficiently motivated. In the Octarius sector, a unique three-way war rages between Orcs, Tyranids, and Imperial forces. This conflict, known as the Octarius War, has drawn in countless Orcs eager for the ultimate fight. Disturbingly, both Orc and Tyranid forces seem to be evolving rapidly due to the constant warfare, presenting an ever-growing threat to surrounding sectors. The rise of Ghazghkull Thraka deserves special mention. From humble beginnings as a Goth clan Orc, Ghazghkull's meteoric ascent to becoming the greatest warlord of his age is a testament to the potential within every Orc. His wows have ravaged countless worlds, and his ability to unify disparate Orc clans makes him a threat of unprecedented magnitude. Recent galactic events, such as the formation of the Great Rift, have only emboldened Orc warlords. Taking advantage of the Imperium's division, numerous wows have surged forth into vulnerable systems. Simultaneously, on countless worlds cut off from Imperial aid, feral Orc populations are emerging from hibernation, presenting new challenges to beleaguered planetary governors. In the wake of these events, Orc activity has surged to levels not seen since the War of the Beast. As the Imperium struggles with threats from all sides, the green tide rises once more, promising a future of unending war, a future in which the Orcs will undoubtedly thrive. Delving into the intricate workings of Orc society reveals a complex interplay of biology, psychology, and cultural phenomena unique in the Warhammer 40,000 universe. At first glance, Orcs may appear as simple, brutish creatures, but a closer examination uncovers layers of fascinating intricacy. Central to understanding Orcs is their bizarre biology. Unlike any other known species, Orcs possess a hybrid physiology combining fungal and animal characteristics. This unique makeup grants them incredible resilience and rapid healing capabilities. Wounds that would prove fatal to other races are often mere inconveniences to an Orc, with severed limbs sometimes regrowing given enough time and nutrients. Reproduction among Orcs occurs through the release of spores, a process that happens continuously throughout an Orc's life and accelerates upon death. These spores, carried by wind and water, can lie dormant for years before sprouting into various Orcoid life forms. This method of propagation makes Orcs notoriously difficult to eradicate, as a single spore can potentially give rise to an entire Orc ecosystem. Hierarchy within Orc society follows a straightforward might makes right principle. The largest and most aggressive Orcs naturally assume leadership roles, becoming knobs or even war bosses. This system ensures that Orc leaders are always the toughest of their kind, well suited to the constant warfare that defines their existence. Interestingly, Orcs seem to possess an innate respect for authority based on size and strength, leading to relatively stable power structures despite frequent infighting. Orc psychology is dominated by an overwhelming desire for conflict. War isn't just a pastime for orcs, it's a biological imperative. Their entire society is geared towards fighting, with peace being an alien and uncomfortable concept. This constant drive for battle leads to technological innovation, social development, and even physical growth among orcs. Paradoxically, the more they fight, the more advanced and dangerous they become. One of the most intriguing aspects of orc mentality is the psychic field they collectively generate, known as the Wa. This gestalt psychic energy seems to bend reality to the orcs' beliefs. Their ramshackle technology functions because they believe it should, defying conventional laws of physics. The strength of this field grows with the size of an orc gathering, reaching its peak during massive wag, where reality itself can warp under the pressure of millions of orc minds. Or technological advancement among orcs follows unconventional paths. Mech boys, orcs with an intuitive understanding of technology, create incredible machines from scrap. These contraptions, while appearing crude and nonsensical to other races, function with surprising efficiency. The line between technology and magic blurs in orc hands, with their collective belief seemingly capable of overcoming engineering impossibilities. Language plays a crucial role in orc culture. Their guttural tongue, simply known as Orcish, is universally understood by all orcs, regardless of clan or origin. This linguistic unity facilitates the rapid formation of Wagis, allowing diverse groups of orcs to quickly band together under a strong leader. The simplicity and directness of Orcish reflect the straightforward nature of orc thought processes. Orc society is divided into various specialist roles, each contributing to the war effort in unique ways. Sluga boys form the backbone of orc armies, while storm boys seek to impose a semblance of military discipline. Commandos, surprisingly stealthy for their size, undertake covert operations. Weird boys channel the excess psychic energy generated by orc gatherings, often with explosive results. This specialization allows for complex military operations despite the seemingly chaotic nature of orc warfare. Religion, or something akin to it, exists in orc culture in the form of worship of Gork and Mork. These twin deities embody the orcish ideals of brutal cunning and cunning brutality. While the distinction between these concepts might seem nebulous to outsiders, for orcs, it forms a core part of their worldview. This belief system reinforces the orcs' aggressive tendencies and provides a cultural framework for their constant warfare. The orc ecosystem extends beyond the greenskins themselves. Squigs, snotlings, and various fungal growths all play roles in orc society. Squigs serve as food, beasts of burden, and even living weapons. Snotlings, the smallest of the orcoid species, perform menial tasks and occasionally act as living ammunition. This complex biosphere allows orc settlements to rapidly become self-sustaining, a key factor in their ability to thrive in diverse environments. Orc physiology demonstrates remarkable adaptability. In response to environmental pressures or the needs of warfare, orcs can rapidly evolve specialized traits. This has led to the development of subtypes like the aquatic orc freebooters or the vacuum-resistant void crews. Such adaptability ensures that orcs can pose a threat in any battlefield scenario, from underwater trenches to the void of space. Paradoxically, the greatest threat to orcs often comes from within. In times of peace, orcs turn their aggression inwards, engaging in tribal conflicts and personal duels. While these internal struggles might seem detrimental, they serve to keep orc fighting skills sharp and weed out weaker individuals. However, this infighting can also prevent orcs from fully capitalizing on their victories, often giving defeated enemies time to regroup and counterattack. The role of orcs in the broader galactic ecosystem is a topic of much debate among imperial scholars. Some posit that orcs serve as a form of galactic immune system, instinctively attacking any race that grows too powerful. Others view them as a failsafe created by the Old Ones designed to keep the galaxy in a constant state of war readiness against external threats. Regardless of their intended purpose, the impact of Orks on galactic history is undeniable. In essence, Orks represent a unique fusion of simplicity and complexity. Their straightforward desires and beliefs belie intricate biological and psychic mechanisms. This combination makes them one of the most enduring and threatening Xenos races in the grim darkness of the far future. In the vast tapestry of interstellar warfare that defines Warhammer 40,000, Orks find themselves embroiled in conflicts with virtually every other faction. Their indiscriminate aggression and ubiquitous presence across the galaxy ensure that no race is spared from their warmongering. Humanity's Imperium stands as the most frequent adversary of the Orks. Imperial worlds often bear the brunt of Ork wars, with countless planets falling to the Green Tide. Space Marines, the elite warriors of the Imperium, are often dispatched to combat major Ork incursions. Chapters like the Ultramarines and Salamanders have developed specialized tactics for dealing with Ork hordes. Meanwhile, the Imperial Guard faces the daunting task of holding the line against overwhelming Ork numbers, their valor tested in grueling wars of attrition. Unique among Imperial forces are the Ordo Xenos of the Inquisition and their chamber militant, the Death Watch. These specialized alien hunters possess deep knowledge of Ork biology and tactics, making them particularly effective in surgical strikes against Ork leadership. However, the Orks' reproductive cycle often renders such decapitation strikes only temporarily effective. Chaos forces, servants of the Dark Gods, view Orks with a mixture of disdain and grudging respect. While Chaos Space Marines see Orks as little more than savage beasts, they recognize the Greenskins' potential as formidable opponents. Notably, Orks seem largely resistant to Chaos corruption, their simple minds and devotion to Gork and Mork providing a natural defense against the whispers of the warp. Eldar, the ancient and dwindling race of psychic aliens, regard Orks as a galactic pestilence. Farseers often direct their forces to cull Ork populations before they can grow into major threats. The hit-and-run tactics of Eldar raiders are particularly effective against the slower, less maneuverable Ork forces. However, Eldar recognize that completely eradicating Orks is virtually impossible, leading to complex strategies of containment and misdirection. Dark Eldar, twisted cousins of the Eldar, see Orks as both a threat and an opportunity. While Ork invasions can threaten their realms in the Webway, Dark Eldar also value Orks as hardy slaves and entertaining gladiators in the arenas of Comara. Raids on Ork-held worlds are common, with Dark Eldar striking to capture rather than kill. Necrons, the ancient robotic servants of the Shaitan, have a unique perspective on Orks. Some Necron cryptecs theorize that Orks are a degraded version of the Krork, a warrior race created to fight the Necrons eons ago. In battle, Necron forces leverage their advanced technology against the Orks' crude but effective weaponry. The Necrons' ability to self-repair mirrors the Orks' natural resilience, often leading to protracted conflicts. Tyranids, the extragalactic hive mind organisms, view Orks as a significant source of biomass. Conflicts between these races are particularly ferocious, with neither side willing to retreat. The Octarius War, a prolonged three-way conflict between Orks, Tyranids, and Imperial forces, exemplifies the devastating potential of such clashes. Alarmingly, both Orks and Tyranids seem to be evolving rapidly due to this constant warfare, each becoming stronger in response to the other. Tau, the youngest major race in the galaxy, approach conflicts with Orks from a position of technological superiority. Their advanced battlesuit technology and ranged warfare doctrine often prove effective against Ork charges. However, the Tau's limited understanding of Ork psychology has led to costly underestimations of Ork cunning and adaptability. Among the Orks themselves, inter-clan conflicts are common. Different Ork clans, such as Goths, Evil Suns, and Bad Moons, frequently fight each other when no other enemies are available. These internal conflicts, while appearing chaotic to outsiders, serve to keep Ork combat skills honed and weed out weaker individuals. Notably, these inter-clan rivalries are quickly set aside when a strong war boss unites them for a whack. Freebooters, Ork pirates operating on the fringes of Ork society, play a unique role in conflicts. These spacefaring Orks raid and plunder across the galaxy, sometimes allying with other Ork clans or even non-Ork factions if the promise of good fighting and loot is strong enough. Their unpredictable nature adds another layer of complexity to galactic conflicts involving Orks. The Beast Arises series of events highlighted the potential for Orks to become a unified galaxy-spanning threat. During this period, Orks achieved levels of technology rivaling or surpassing other major races, demonstrating the latent potential within their species. This serves as a chilling reminder to other factions of the existential threat Orks could pose if left unchecked. Genestealer cults, vanguards of Tyranid invasions, occasionally find themselves in conflict with Orks. These encounters often end poorly for the cultists, as Orks are largely immune to the psychic influence that allows cults to infiltrate other societies. However, on worlds where both Orks and Genestealer cults are present, the resulting three-way conflicts with local defenders can quickly spiral into chaotic, planet-wide warfare. Interestingly, some factions have attempted to harness Orks for their own purposes. Rogue traders have been known to employ Ork mercenaries, while certain radical inquisitors have experimented with using controlled Ork populations as weapons against other threats. These endeavors invariably end in disaster, serving as stark reminders of the untamable nature of the Ork species. In the grand tapestry of galactic conflict, Orks serve as a wild card, capable of tipping the balance of power in unforeseen ways. Their constant aggression and rapid spread ensure that no faction can afford to ignore them, making Orks a crucial element in the complex web of interstellar warfare that defines the grim darkness of the far future. Throughout the tumultuous history of the Warhammer 40,000 universe, Orks have experienced several pinnacle moments that showcase their true potential as a galaxy-altering force. These climactic events not only reshaped the narrative of the Greenskins, but also sent shockwaves across the entire cosmos. Undoubtedly, the War of the Beast stands as the most cataclysmic demonstration of Ork might in recent galactic history. Erupting in M32, this conflict saw Orks reach unprecedented levels of technological and military sophistication. Led by the enigmatic figure known only as the Beast, Ork forces fielded weaponry that defied Imperial understanding. Gravity weapons capable of destroying entire planets and teleportation technology that bypassed the warp exemplified their terrifying advancements. At the conflict's zenith, Ork attack moons, weaponized planetoids that served as mobile fortresses, appeared in orbit around Terra itself. This shocking development shattered the Imperium's sense of invulnerability, bringing humanity to the brink of extinction. Only through the combined efforts of the Imperial Fist's successor chapters, the Adeptus Mechanicus and the newly formed Death Watch, was the Beast finally defeated. The aftermath of the War of the Beast reshaped Imperial policy towards Xenos threats. The Imperium's complacency, born from centuries of unchallenged dominance, was shattered. In response, extensive purge campaigns were launched to eradicate Ork presence in Imperial space. While initially successful, these efforts ultimately failed to eliminate the Ork threat entirely, a testament to the species' incredible resilience. Another pivotal moment in Ork history came with the rise of Gazk'ul Mag Uruk Thraka. From humble beginnings as a mere boy in the Goth clan, Gazk'ul's ascension to becoming the greatest Ork war boss of the 41st millennium is nothing short of legendary. His Wah have ravaged countless worlds, but it was the invasion of Armageddon that truly cemented his place in galactic infamy. The Second War for Armageddon saw Gazk'ul's tactical genius come to the fore. His strategy of attacking multiple hive cities simultaneously overwhelmed planetary defenses, nearly resulting in an Ork victory. Only the combined efforts of the Steel Legion, Space Marines, and the indomitable Commissar Yarrick managed to turn the tide. This conflict elevated Gazkul to a near-mythical status among his kind, drawing countless orcs to his banner. In the wake of Gazkul's Armageddon campaigns, a new phenomenon emerged. The Ork began to evolve. No longer content with mere planetary conquest, Gazkul set his sights on a crusade of galactic proportions. His ability to unite disparate orc clans under a single banner has created a threat of unprecedented magnitude, one that continues to escalate as the 41st millennium draws to a close. The Octarius War represents another climactic moment in recent orc history. This three-way conflict between orcs, Tyranids, and Imperial forces has become a crucible of evolution for the Greenskins. The constant warfare against the adaptable Tyranids has driven orc evolution to new heights. Reports of larger, more intelligent orcs emerging from this war zone have sent shockwaves through Imperial High Command. Orc involvement in major galactic events has also reached new levels. During Abaddon the Despoiler's 13th Black Crusade, opportunistic Ork took advantage of the chaos, striking at vulnerable Imperial worlds. This demonstration of strategic timing suggests a growing sophistication in orc warfare that belies their reputation as mindless barbarians. The formation of the Great Rift, a galaxy-spanning warp tier, has presented both challenges and opportunities for the orcs. While some orc-held worlds found themselves cut off from the greater Wag, others seized the chance to invade isolated Imperial systems. The resulting surge in orc activity has reached levels not seen since the War of the Beast, with countless worlds falling to the green tide. Technological advancements among the orcs have seen a resurgence reminiscent of the Beast era. Reports of orc teleportation technology, hover vehicles that defy Imperial understanding, and even crude but effective plasma weapons have become increasingly common. These developments suggest that under the right conditions, orcs are capable of technological leaps that rival or even surpass other races. The psychic awakening sweeping the galaxy has not left the orcs untouched. Weird boys, the psychic specialists among orcs, have exhibited powers of unprecedented magnitude. Some Imperial scholars theorize that this could be the precursor to a new type of orc psyker, potentially as powerful as the legendary Wach speakers of old. Recent sightings of what Imperial forces designate as prime orcs have caused significant concern. These massive, highly intelligent orcs bear a striking resemblance to descriptions of the beast from ancient records. Their appearance suggests that the orcs may be on the cusp of another evolutionary leap, potentially returning to the power levels of their Krork ancestors. As the Dark Imperium era unfolds, orc activity continues to escalate. Gazkul's great Wag grows in strength, while countless smaller Wag erupt across the galaxy. The orcs' ability to thrive in the chaos of this new age suggests that they may be entering a golden era of their own. In the grand narrative of the 41st millennium, orcs have risen from being mere barbarian hordes to a civilization-ending threat. Their potential for rapid evolution, coupled with their innate psychic abilities and technological ingenuity, positions them as one of the most dangerous Xenos races in the galaxy. As the Imperium struggles with threats from all sides, the green tide rises once more, promising a future of unending war, a future in which the orcs will undoubtedly thrive. The culmination of orc history is not a single event, but rather an ongoing process of growth and devastation. Each technological breakthrough, each new war boss that rises to power adds another chapter to their violent saga. In the grim darkness of the far future, the orcs stand ready to turn the entire galaxy into their ultimate battlefield. Beneath the surface of orc society in Warhammer 40,000 lies a rich tapestry of symbolism and recurring themes that reflect broader concepts within the universe. These green-skinned marauders embody more than mere barbarism. They represent fundamental aspects of the grim, dark future. Foremost among orc themes is the concept of eternal warfare. In a universe where there is only war, orcs stand as the purest expression of this reality. Their entire existence revolves around conflict, from their biology to their culture. This perpetual state of war serves as a mirror to the wider 40k universe, reflecting the never-ending struggles that define this dystopian future. Paradoxically, orcs also symbolize a form of freedom. Unbound by complex ideologies or oppressive dogmas that constrain other races, they live for the simple joy of battle. This simplicity of purpose, while destructive, represents a kind of liberation from the crushing weight of history and duty that burdens many other factions. The orc concept of might makes right embodies social Darwinism taken to its extreme. Their society, where the strongest naturally rise to leadership positions, reflects a brutal meritocracy. This system serves as a dark parody of the hierarchical structures found in other races, particularly the rigid order of the Imperium. Orc technology symbolizes the power of belief and collective will. Their ramshackle machines, functioning on little more than the orcs' conviction that they should work, represent a reality where faith can literally move mountains. This aspect of orc culture provides a fascinating counterpoint to the tech priests of the Adeptus Mechanicus, who revere technology as divine. The orcs' gestalt psychic field, known as the War, serves as a potent symbol of unity and collective consciousness. This phenomenon, where the combined beliefs of orcs can influence reality, reflects themes of group dynamics and the power of shared purpose. It stands in stark contrast to the individualistic pursuits of power seen in factions like Chaos or the Eldar. Orc reproduction through spores symbolizes the indomitable nature of life itself. Their ability to spring up on worlds long after battles have ended represents the persistence of nature in the face of destruction. This aspect of orc biology serves as a grim reminder of the futility of total eradication in the 40k universe. The duality of Gork and Mork, the twin orc gods, embodies the complex nature of orc cunning and brutality. This pairing represents the balance between tactical thinking and raw aggression, challenging the notion that orcs are simply mindless brutes. The subtle distinction orcs make between brutal cunning and cunning brutality hints at depths of thought often overlooked by their enemies. Orc society's specialist roles, from mech boys to weird boys, symbolize the importance of diversity within unity. Despite their seemingly chaotic nature, orcs demonstrate a form of symbiosis, where various specialized individuals contribute to the greater whole. This structure mirrors, in a crude way, the diverse yet unified nature of human society. The concept of the War, as both a psychic phenomenon and a massive invasion force, represents the inseparable nature of the mental and physical realms in the 40k universe. It serves as a reminder that in this setting, thoughts and beliefs can have tangible, often cataclysmic, effects on reality. Orc adaptability and rapid evolution symbolize the relentless nature of change in the universe. Their ability to thrive in virtually any environment and quickly evolve to meet new challenges represents the unstoppable march of time and the constant state of flux in the galaxy. The orc's joy in battle serves as a dark mirror to the grim determination found in other races. While others fight out of duty, necessity, or fear, orcs fight because they genuinely enjoy it. This zeal for combat provides a twisted form of optimism in an otherwise bleak universe. The vast orc empires that rise and fall across the galaxy symbolize the cyclical nature of history in the 40k setting. These green tide empires serve as a reminder that even the mightiest civilizations are transient, echoing the rise and fall of countless species over millennia. Orc humor, crude and violent as it is, represents a form of resilience in the face of a hostile universe. Their ability to find joy and laughter in the midst of constant warfare offers a stark contrast to the grim seriousness of many other factions. The occasional emergence of prime orcs or figures like the Beast symbolizes latent potential and the cyclical nature of threats in the 40k universe. These super orcs serve as a reminder that ancient dangers can re-emerge stronger than ever, challenging the notion of progress in this grim future. Orc disregard for their own casualties reflects themes of sacrifice and the expendability of the individual in service to the whole. This aspect of their culture mirrors, in an extreme form, the Imperium's own willingness to expend lives for victory. The Orcs' ability to unify quickly under a strong leader represents the power of charisma and the impact a single individual can have on galactic events. War bosses like Gazkul demonstrate how one figure can shape the destiny of an entire species. Finally, the very existence of Orcs in the 40k universe serves as a balancing force. Their constant predation on weaker races ensures that only the strong survive, inadvertently culling those unfit to face the horrors of the galaxy. In this way, Orcs become an instrument of the universe's harsh justice. In essence, Orcs in Warhammer 40,000 are far more than simple antagonists. They embody fundamental themes of war, freedom, belief, unity, and the indomitable spirit of life itself. Their presence in the lore serves to highlight the complex, often contradictory nature of existence in this grim, dark future. Reflecting on the role of Orcs in the Warhammer 40,000 universe reveals a fascinatingly complex faction that often doesn't receive the depth of analysis it deserves. At first glance, these green-skinned marauders might seem like simple comic relief in an otherwise grimly serious setting. However, a closer examination unveils layers of nuance that make Orcs one of the most intriguing races in the 41st millennium. Undoubtedly, the most compelling aspect of Orc society is its paradoxical nature. Here we have a species that embodies chaos and destruction, yet operates with a strange form of internal logic. Their technology, which by all rights shouldn't function, works purely on the power of collective belief. This concept challenges our understanding of reality within the 40k universe and raises intriguing questions about the nature of consciousness and its impact on the physical world. One can't help but admire the Orcs' unbreakable spirit. In a galaxy filled with existential dread and cosmic horrors, Orcs stand out as arguably the only truly happy faction. Their straightforward joy in combat and uncomplicated worldview serve as a stark contrast to the grim-dark nature of the setting. In many ways, Orcs represent a form of freedom that other races can only envy. However, this simplicity is a double-edged sword. The Orcs' inability to create or appreciate anything beyond warfare makes them a genuinely terrifying threat to galactic civilization. Their potential to devolve any world they touch into an endless war zone raises ethical questions about the nature of existence and the value of progress. From a narrative perspective, Orcs fulfill a crucial role in the 40k universe. They serve as the perfect foil to the more serious factions, providing moments of dark humor that prevent the setting from becoming overwhelmingly bleak. Yet, events like the War of the Beast remind us that Orcs are far from harmless comic relief. Their ability to pose an existential threat to even the mightiest empires adds a layer of tension to any story in which they feature. The Orc psyche presents a fascinating study in contrasts. On one hand, they possess a childlike enthusiasm for violence and destruction. On the other, they demonstrate surprising depths of cunning and adaptability. This duality challenges the reader to reconsider their preconceptions about intelligence and civilization. One can't discuss Orcs without addressing their unique biology. Their fungal nature and spore-based reproduction represent one of the most alien life cycles in science fiction. This aspect of Orc lore adds a layer of horror to their existence, as it makes them virtually impossible to fully eradicate. It's a chilling reminder of the tenacity of life in the harshest conditions. The concept of the Wag deserves special mention. This psychic gestalt field is one of the most original ideas in the 40k setting. It provides a plausible explanation for many of the Orcs' more outlandish abilities and adds a cosmic, almost Lovecraftian element to their nature. The idea that millions of Orc minds can unconsciously shape reality is both awe-inspiring and terrifying. From a gaming perspective, Orcs offer unparalleled versatility. Their Luta's mentality allows players to kit bash and customize their armies in ways other factions can't match. This creative freedom embodies the spirit of the hobby and encourages players to let their imaginations run wild. Critics might argue that orcs are one-dimensional or that their humor doesn't fit the tone of the 40k universe. However, I would contend that this misses the point. Orcs aren't meant to be complex anti-heroes or tragic figures. Their role is to embody the chaos and brutality of the 41st millennium in its purest form. Their seemingly simple nature actually highlights the complexity of the setting by providing a counterpoint to the labyrinthine plots of other factions. The evolution of orc lore over the years has been fascinating to watch. From their humble beginnings as space fantasy orcs, they've grown into a richly detailed culture with its own internal logic and history. The introduction of characters like Gazgkul Thraka has added depth to their faction while staying true to the core concepts that make orcs unique. One aspect of orc lore that deserves more exploration is their origin as the Krork. The idea that these seemingly primitive creatures were once an advanced warrior race created by the Old Ones adds a layer of tragedy to their existence. It raises questions about the nature of evolution and the long-term consequences of creating weapons of war. Perhaps the most thought-provoking aspect of orcs is how they serve as a mirror to humanity. Their love of violence and tendency towards self-destructive behavior aren't so different from the Imperium's own worst impulses. In many ways, orcs represent humanity stripped of its pretenses of civilization, revealing the savage core that lies beneath. As we look to the future of the 40k setting, orcs continue to play a vital role. The rise of figures like Gazkul and the emergence of prime orcs suggest that we've only scratched the surface of what this faction can become. The potential for orcs to evolve into something closer to their Krork ancestors presents exciting narrative possibilities. In conclusion, orcs are far more than the comic relief or simple antagonists they're often perceived to be. They're a fundamental part of what makes Warhammer 40,000 unique as a science fiction setting. Their blend of humor and horror, simplicity and hidden depth, makes them one of the most compelling factions in the game. Love them or hate them, the 41st millennium wouldn't be the same without the green tide of orcs. As our exploration of the orcs in Warhammer 40,000 draws to a close, we find ourselves reflecting on a species that defies simple categorization. These green-skinned marauders, with their unquenchable thirst for battle and bizarre biology, stand as a testament to the complexity and depth of the 40k universe. From humble beginnings as the Krork, bioweapons created by the enigmatic Old Ones, orcs have evolved into a force that shapes the very fabric of galactic conflict. Their presence touches every corner of the known universe, from the fringes of imperial space to the heart of chaos-controlled sectors. Throughout our journey, we've uncovered the multifaceted nature of orc society. Far from being mere savage brutes, orcs possess a rich culture built around warfare. Their unique psychology, driven by an innate love of combat, sets them apart from other races in the 41st millennium. The orc ecosystem, a complex web of fungal life forms, squigs, and various green-skinned subspecies, demonstrates an unparalleled adaptability. This biological resilience ensures their survival in environments that would prove lethal to other races, making orcs an ever-present threat across diverse planetary conditions. We've delved into the mysterious realm of orc technology, a fascinating blend of crude engineering and reality-bending psychic power. The WAG field, generated by the collective belief of orcs, challenges our understanding of physics and showcases the unique way orcs interact with the universe around them. Key events in orc history, such as the War of the Beast and Gazkul's Armageddon campaigns, highlight the potential for orcs to rise beyond their typical tribal conflicts and pose galaxy-spanning threats. These moments serve as stark reminders that underestimating the orcs can have catastrophic consequences. The role of orcs in the broader context of the 40k universe cannot be overstated. They serve as a counterbalance to other factions, their constant aggression keeping the fires of conflict burning across the stars. In a setting defined by war, orcs embody the purest expression of this never-ending struggle. Examining the symbolism inherent in orc culture reveals deeper themes within the Warhammer 40,000 narrative. Their straightforward approach to life, unburdened by complex ideologies, offers a unique perspective on existence in a grim, dark future. The orc way of life challenges the oppressive dogmas and burdensome histories that shackle other races. The duality of Gork and Mork, the orc gods, reflects the balance of cunning and brutality that defines orc tactics. This seemingly simple belief system belies a deeper understanding of warfare and survival that has ensured the continuation of their species for millennia. Orcs' impact on the galaxy extends beyond the physical realm. Their gestalt psychic presence in the warp presents a unique phenomenon, influencing reality in ways that continue to baffle Imperial scholars. This aspect of orc existence adds layers of mystique to their lore, hinting at untapped potential within their species. The evolution of orc society, from feral tribes to sophisticated war machines capable of threatening entire sectors, showcases their latent potential. The emergence of figures like the Beast or Gazkul Thraka demonstrates that under the right conditions, orcs can achieve levels of organization and technological advancement rivaling or surpassing other major races. In our analysis, we've seen how orcs interact with various factions across the galaxy. From their endless battles with the Imperium to their instinctive resistance against chaos corruption, orcs play a crucial role in the complex web of alliances and enmities that defines the 41st millennium. The orcs' ability to find joy in the grim darkness of the far future sets them apart from other races. Their enthusiasm for battle and simple pleasures provides a stark contrast to the oppressive atmospheres of other factions, adding a touch of dark humor to the setting. As we look to the future of the Warhammer 40,000 universe, the potential for orc evolution looms large. The possibility of orcs returning to their Krork roots or developing new adaptations in response to emerging threats presents exciting narrative possibilities for the faction. In conclusion, orcs stand as one of the most unique and integral components of the Warhammer 40,000 universe. Their combination of simplicity and hidden depth, humor and horror, primitive appearance and surprising sophistication makes them a faction that continually surprises and engages fans of the setting. The green tide of orcs serves as a constant reminder of the harsh realities of the 41st millennium. In a universe where there is only war, orcs thrive, finding purpose and joy in the endless conflict that consumes the galaxy. Their presence ensures that no victory is ever final, no peace ever lasting. As we close this exploration, we're left with a deeper appreciation for the role orcs play in the rich tapestry of Warhammer 40,000 lore. From their humble beginnings to their potential future as a dominant force in the galaxy, orcs continue to captivate our imagination and challenge our perceptions of what it means to survive and thrive in the grim darkness of the far future. In the end, the story of the orcs is far from over. As long as there are battles to be fought and wars to be won, the green tide will continue to surge across the stars, forever changing the face of the galaxy in its wake. In the eternal war that is Warhammer 40,000, the orcs have found their perfect home, and the universe trembles at their joyous bellowing, "Wah!"